So I'm back to talk about the B. Simone podcast session that she had with Dr. Bryant about mother wounds. So I watched the whole video, like I said I would. I watched the whole thing. Like I mentioned before, it was very religious based, a lot of God and pray and all this other stuff. And it's hard for people like me to relate to because I am not religious at all anymore. So yeah, it was a good discussion. Dr. Bryant said some really, key things, important things. She asked some good questions. Dr. Bryant and I feel like B. Simone had like similar experiences with their moms, and they're giving their family so much grace and asking permission, their blessing to talk about their story. But they're going to tell their story anyway. But it's kind of like they want peace by telling their family that they're going to share their story. I didn't really understand the necessity for that, but I guess if you really love and respect your family and you give them a lot of grace, then I guess you would want to get their permission to talk about that stuff. I made some notes. Let me see. Dr. Bryant mentioned that you telling your truth makes them look in the mirror. And I think that's really true. Like a lot of people don't want you to share your story, don't want to tell your truth. And when you do tell your experience, like it does make them look at like, dang, that was me back then. Or I did that. Let me see. She asked a good question, Dr. Bryant, and I want to answer that from my experience. Dr. Bryant asked B. Simone, she said, have you asked your mother what her story is? And from my experience, somebody's coming, so let me block them out real quick, y'all. Let me mute. Okay, someone was walking by. So, yeah. Dr. Bryant asked B. Simone, have you asked your mother what her story is? And from my experience, I did ask my mother what her story is, and it's like she doesn't want to talk about it. Several opportunities given, right? You try to give people grace and let them tell themselves, but some people don't want to tell their truth. They don't want to tell their history. They don't want to tell their story. Shame, or just like they blocked it out, or whatever the issue is. But I just can't understand that, especially when it comes to your own child. Angel Tech says, what are you doing? I'm just having a live talking about the B. Simone interview, talking about mother wounds. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. It's on her YouTube channel. B. Simone, mother wounds. She's talking to Dr. Bryant about her experience, like her poor relationship with her mother and how her mother not being in her life affected her. Random Guy 482 says, I have a question. Go ahead, Random Guy. What's your question? Dutchy Boy 98 says, what the dog doing? That's not my dog. It's a neighbor's dog. So I don't know what the dog is doing. Mirza Kimlix says, is there gum Shane? I don't know what that is. Gayanta says, how are you doing today? Hey, how are you doing today? I'm doing well. Thank you so much for just coming live, talking about mother wounds, and just my channel is about survivor stories. Random Guy says the school help. My Chabara says, hello, my friend. You fine? Yes, I'm doing well. Hi, Mahai. I'm doing well. How are you today? Please tell us stories. Okay, so I'll tell you a story. When I was a little girl, my favorite color is blue. I'll tell you a story. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be an opera singer. I love to sing, and I think I did like a little research, or I asked someone, what does it take to be an opera singer? And they told me that you had to either live in Italy or live in Spain. So I decided not to do it. And if I could go back in time, I would have followed my heart and pursued being an opera singer. I just admire opera singers. I've always wanted to go to an opera, and I've never been to one. Jayanta says, okay, continue. Mahi says, you from dear. Everyone, okay. Engine Tech says everyone from India. I'm not from India. I'm in the USA. Mirza says you need Cessna. Jayanta says yes, me. My High says I from Australia in Brisbane City. That's cool. I've wanted to visit Australia, but I'm nervous about your insects and stuff like that. I'm scared that they're so deadly. Okay, Dutch Boy said sing please. Okay, I'll sing a little bit. Let me sip some water to make sure my throat is ready. I'm not gonna sing opera because I can't sing opera. What I wanted to do was go to opera school to learn to sing like the operas. I used to just be silly and play around like I was an opera singer, but I'm not trained. Carlos Lazaro says I'm behind the bush. I don't know how to sing like an opera singer, Dutch Boy. I just wanted to be one because I love to play around like, you know how you're being silly as a kid, pretending you're an opera singer, but I don't know what I'm doing. Mirza said, why you don't have a light plane? Mahi says, enjoy life, my dear. Okay, so let me see if we can get a song to sing. I'll sing for you guys. Let's see. Anybody have any requests? I'll sing a little bit. Mahai said, my restaurant name, Dear Duck Bistro. You check out online anytime. Thank you for letting me know, Mahai. Where is your restaurant located? Are you in India? Can you sing MJ song? I'm trying to think what MJ song I want to sing. I did sing You Were Not Alone the other day. Okay, you're in India. What can I sing from Michael Jackson? Let me see. Why don't I know Michael Jackson song? Okay, Heal the World. I'll sing a little bit of Heal the World. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying, we don't care enough for the living. Make it a better place for you and for me. Anyways, I don't really know all the lyrics, and I shouldn't. I'm not good with lyrics, you guys. I like to sing a lot, but a lot of times I'm like improvising or making up my own lyrics, or I'm like looking at the lyrics. And I love Michael Jackson, but I don't know a lot of like the lyrics to his songs. That's a shame, I know. But I do like Michael Jackson. Beautiful voice. Let us see if the face is beautiful. I think I'm beautiful, but I'm not going to show my face right now. But I really appreciate it. Yeah, Michael Jackson is the king of pop. Do you guys think that Chris Brown is any similar to Michael Jackson? Do you think he's talented like him? I mean, we know that no one could touch Michael Jackson. Sherlock Holmes says, how are you today? I'm doing well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys joining my live. That took a turn. I was talking about mother wounds, but Sherlock Holmes said, love your vivacious energy. Mahai said, please show your face. Jayanta says, no, nope, nope, nope. So I guess Jayanta didn't like my song. I don't know. Oh, you talking about Chris Brown. I'm sorry. Yeah, Chris Brown is his own self. He can't compare to Michael Jackson. You know, they're both equally talented. They both, you know, had childhood traumas and stuff like that. You know, like Michael Jackson, like I feel for him. You know, he was abused, you know, physically. Michael Jackson is a survivor, is an abuse survivor. He was physically and mentally and emotionally abused by his dad and I'm sure other people in his life. So I've always had like a little soft spot in my heart for Michael Jackson because he, despite all the things he's been through, he was a very talented person. You know, his mental health suffered because of being so talented, and he pretty much was used by his father to be the breadwinner. You know, it's just really sad how he died. Sherlock Holmes says Michael Jackson was on a whole different planet and galaxy. No one can touch him. I agree with that. I agree with that, Sherlock Holmes. No one could really compare to Michael Jackson. He is who he was. There's never going to be another Michael Jackson, not in this lifetime. So yeah, I think Chris Brown is talented, but he really can't come close to what Michael Jackson did. He could try to imitate and show his respects, but that's pretty much it. Michael Jackson is a good singer. I like. Yeah, he's a good singer. His whole family mostly seemed like they're talented. Janet Jackson was very talented. And I think even Latoya Jackson tried to do music. Sherlock Holmes says, you read very fast. I think I do. Jayanta says, MJ has 4.2 billion fans. How can somebody touch him? You're right. Do you guys remember when Michael Jackson used to make the crowd faint? People would faint, just not even touching him or like just being in the crowd at his concerts. I'd never been to a Michael Jackson concerts, but when I was a kid, we used to watch Michael Jackson on TV, and it was just amazing how people would faint and be sweating and just so in the trance by Michael Jackson. Mahai says, but your voice is very nice, dear. Thank you so much, Mahai. Sherlock Holmes says, you have a soothing voice. You could be a radio personality. I really appreciate it. And that's why, another reason why I don't mind being a faceless channel, because I do think I have a decent voice to talk. I just need to, have better technology and stuff like that to help me with my videos. But I really appreciate it. Sherlock Holmes says yes. So is everybody from India? Who else is not from India? One person said India. Where's everyone from? I'm in the USA, guys. Okay, Sherlock Holmes is Michigan. So we're close by. I'm also in the Midwest. We're neighbors, basically. Michigan is cool. I've been to Michigan a few times. I've been to Michigan a few times. It's a cool state. I haven't been to like Lake Michigan, I don't think, which I actually want to go there one day. But this time of year, I'm sure it's probably cold because it's getting into fall soon. Jayanta said, I love Smooth Criminal. Yes, Smooth Criminal. Dun, 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 dun. Billie Jean. Billie Jean is not my lover. Yes. I think my favorite song from Michael Jackson is one of my favorites, Dirty Diana. I really like Dirty Diana. Dirty Diana is a good one. And all I want to say is that they don't really care. I mean, it's hard to it's hard to choose when it comes to Michael Jackson. He has so many good songs. Sherlock Holmes said, it does get cold here. I don't like the cold, but I love the season change and not the same all the time. Yeah, I'm actually surprised the leaves haven't changed yet, but these are mostly like pine trees type of thing. So they don't really change, but we still have some green over here. But yeah, the leaves are not quite all the way changing. It's getting there though. That's the most beautiful thing about living in like the East Coast, North, or the Midwest, is that we do have season changes. The leaves change, and it's beautiful to see. Like, it's beautiful, especially when you're driving and you get to see like all the different trees and all the leaves. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Jayanta said yes, because he is the king. He is the king. He is the king of pop. Yeah, I've loved Michael Jackson since I was a little girl. I'm in my 40s now, and I've liked him for a long time. And it was really sad when he died. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I wish he was able to heal and get over his traumas. And, you know what I'm saying? I wish that he wasn't addicted to, I don't know if it was sleeping medicine or pain medicine. I'm not really sure. It's just really unfortunate. Like, and he had so much wealth, but I heard he did have debt too. But some people never truly heal because it's not easy for some people. And I think he never had a time to himself to really heal. He was always on the go. Michael Jackson was always like singing. He's always performing. I don't think he ever took time for himself. Since he was a kid, he was performing. I don't think he ever took time to go to therapy, sit down, in his feelings. He was always on the go. He always had money. He always had yes men. And so people didn't want to tell him no. So he had the world at his fingertips. So, it was like a beautiful thing, but then it also was a tragedy. Sherlock Holmes says, Jayanta says, what is the time there? It is 6:10 p.m. Eastern time here. The winter can be romantic. So Sherlock Holmes says the winter can be romantic in a relationship here. You can snuggle up next to a cozy fireplace. Yes, like I have a fireplace and I'm a little bit nervous about firing it up, but that would be nice. Shout out to everyone who has a significant other, who has a husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend that you can spend quiet times with and snuggle up. You know, love the ones that love you. Life is hard. So if you find someone that is treating you right, they listen to you, they're not abusive, stick with them, you know. Jayanta said here is 3:41 a.m. Wow, you're up late or early. Sherlock Holmes says, don't laugh, but I've never gotten into a jacuzzi before. I plan to this winter, though. Cool. So, Sherlock, are you going to get into one that's like an outside jacuzzi or inside jacuzzi? I haven't been in a jacuzzi in a while. And I think the last time was when I went to the YMCA. But they can get really hot. Like, they have signs and everything posted in there to let you know, like, you should not stay past a certain amount of time. Like, get out and cool off because you can get overheated. There's stories of people like dying in the hot tub. Sherlock Holmes says, I have no idea because I've never got into one. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy it because it's really a nice experience. It's really a nice experience. It's so fun. I love the bubbles. Jayanta says, I just got married 9 days ago. Congratulations, Jayanta. Congratulations to you. Best of luck to your into your marriage. Sherlock Holmes says, which is better, outdoor or indoor? You know what, Sherlock Holmes, I've never been in an outside jacuzzi. I've only been in inside, so I don't know. But I feel like I would pick outside because it's kind of cool. As long as it's not too cold outside where I would get sick. But I've always just been into inside jacuzzis. Hold on, guys.
Hi, I am Snowy the Snowman.
So this is my son. He wants to show off his snowman. It's like a battery operated snowman. But we need to get batteries. Let me try to hold the back of him first.
Hi, does anybody want to talk about me?
Do you want to build a snowman? Or ride our bikes around the hall? I never see you anymore. Come out the door. It's like you've gone away. We used to be best buddies, and now we're not. What are we gonna do? I don't know. I forgot all the lyrics. Do you want to build a snowman? Okay, bye. Wait, Olaf. This is basically like Olaf, right?
Yeah.
What's Olaf's song? Summer
Yeah,
is the summer song. This is my son being silly, y'all. He loves plushies. He's a cool kid. All right, you gonna take him now?
Yeah, so, bye, guys.
You're welcome, Jayanta. Sherlock Holmes said, I always save all my vacations for the winter cold months because I don't like... Oh my gosh, Sherlock, I wish that's such a good idea. And a lot of people I know do the same thing because who wants to drive in the snow? Who wants to get up? I wish I had enough time to save up and to not have to go anywhere in the wintertime. Winter is my least favorite season.
Yeah, like, we could go to the fall.
Well, we're in fall now. We are in fall. Jayanta says, do you know any Indian people? Yes, I do. And I love South Indian food, Jayanta. I love South Indian food. I love dosa. I love the food. And I'm familiar with Indian people. Sherlock Holmes said, I thought you made that snowman song up for the top of your head. No, that's from Frozen. The movie. It's one of my favorite movies. My favorite Disney movie, Frozen. So that was Anna and Elsa. Well, that was Anna singing to Elsa because they're sisters and Elsa has a superpower and she didn't want to tell her sister, so she would lock herself in a room, and Anna was very sad and wanted to play with his sister, so she was trying to get her to open the door by singing, do you want to build a snowman? Because they used to do that as a kid, but the older they got, the less they play with each other, and Anna didn't understand why. But like I said, Elsa had a special power that she could make things freeze. and so she accidentally made Anna get hurt when she was young. Like she froze it. She hit her head with like a power, the frozen power, and her hair got changed into a white color. And she was afraid of being around her sister because she would like, if she accidentally would like hit her heart, it would be very damaging to her. Anyways, y'all seen Frozen. Frozen is a good movie. Check it out. It's an old Disney movie. They have Frozen 1 and 2. Sherlock Holmes says, no one I work with is doing that, and I love it because it's super easy to get time off. Sherlock Holmes says, I have a month and a week of disposable vacation unused. I love that. I wish I had that much. I ain't want to talk about how much I have. It's a little bit. Jayanta says, so sad in India we don't have snow falling. Jayanta, that's not something to be sad about. Snow is not easy to deal with. It could be very dangerous. It's beautiful to look at when you don't have to drive in the snow, and it's beautiful to look at, but it's cold and it could be dangerous when you're driving, you slipping and sliding in the ice. You know, it looks pretty on TV and in pictures, but to live and deal with it. Some people love snow though. Some people love snow. Some people love winter. I'm not that kind of person. I'm more of a spring and early fall kind of person. I like a tiny bit of summer, but not too much. Not too much. What are your favorite seasons, everyone? Does anybody have a favorite season? If you have seasons where you live. I know some people don't have different seasons. Yeah. Even more reason to travel. I have never been outside of North America, and I want to go to South America one day, or Europe, maybe Australia, but I'm afraid of like the insects and stuff. But I've only been to one continent. I was born in North America, and I've only traveled in North America. So I do want to explore and go to other places because it's a big world out there. But I definitely want to go to Europe. Probably my next, like, when I do go out of North America, I want to try to go to Europe or South America. Jayanta said, but we love winter. Jayanta says, we Indian don't like summer. Because it's so hot, right, Jayanta? It's very hot in the summertime. It just, I don't, it's just sweating all the time. You're always hot, and you can get overheated. And then, you just want to be in the air conditioning and in the breeze. It's not easy. But I've never been to India. Like I said, I've only been to North America. Never been to India. What part of India are you from, Jayanta? Are you south, north, or anywhere specific? Sherlock Holmes says, I think I'm starting to like the winter. Just don't like driving in it or being on a schedule. I just want to enjoy it with no... Me too, Sherlock Holmes. Like, I really wish I was rich. I wish we all could just live life the way we want to. Like, as long as we're not hurting anybody, I just wish we all could just be on vacation all the time. But that's not reality. We all have to work and do something. Jayanta says northeast. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said before, South Indian food is so good. Like, I haven't had a dosa in a while, and I miss it so bad. Do you like dosas, Jayanta? Sherlock Holmes says, that's my goal. I'm building passive income streams through stocks and dividend investments. I love that, Sherlock Holmes. And you know what? Your name is basically money symbols in it, so it makes sense. Do you have a YouTube channel, Sherlock Holmes? Do you make videos? Maybe you can share that with the YouTube community, what you know. That's another passive income, right? I can't see your channel because I'm on live, but I can definitely... look in the comments when I'm done with this live and check out your channel if you make videos. If you guys make videos, let me know. I can check out your channels. My channel is about survivor stories. I'm a survivor of childhood abuse, and I like to share videos about abuse, domestic violence, child abuse, sex abuse, human trafficking, all kind of things that people are surviving or have survived. Sherlock Holmes says, I have a channel, but it has absolutely nothing to do with finance. Oh, okay, that's cool. As long as you are doing something that you like to do and it makes you money, and you have a passion for it, keep doing it. It doesn't have to be about money. Jayanta says, not particularly, because we don't eat that regular. We eat rice most of the time. I love rice. I love rice. I come from a culture that loves rice as well. Sherlock Holmes says, I just freestyle over instrumentals on my channel, but that's a good idea. Okay, I have to check out your channel. So you rap. When it comes to rapping, I'm just not good at it. I'm more into singing. Like, when it comes to like freestyle and stuff like that, I can't do it. I think even if I did like karaoke and did like a rap song, I think I still would mess up the lyrics because I just don't have that rap, that rap energy. Jayanta says, so what do you do for a living? I work with public service. I will say that. I work with people in the social field. So I help people for a living. Yeah, but I do work full time. Thank you, Jayanta. I've always like wanted to help people. That's just, being a survivor, when you feel like you haven't been helped and you weren't rescued or saved, it's like you feel like for me, I was drawn to wanting to help people. Because like the more you help people, it makes you feel better. And I had to learn that like when you give, you receive so much more. You know what I'm saying? Like to be a giver, you feel so selfless and it makes you feel good. Sherlock Holmes says, I actually don't think I'm that good at freestyling. I just have fun doing it. Done people like it. Some do. Some people like it, some don't, but I don't care. I just do it because, see, that's what I'm talking about, Sherlock Holmes. Like my channel, whether someone likes it or not, I'm gonna do me. When I sing, whether somebody likes it or not, I'm gonna do me. Like the more you live for yourself and do what makes you happy in your heart, as long as you're not hurting anybody, do your thing. The less we worry about what people think, the happier we'll be. Okay? Seriously. Worrying about what other people gives you so much anxiety. Worrying about people who don't matter. People who really care about you won't care about you being goofy or silly or sonny, offbeat or whatever. They'll love you still. That's love right there. That's unconditional love. Some people love you conditionally. That's the only love I was raised with, and I want to be loved unconditionally. That's the best kind of love. So whether you sound offbeat, off pitch, you don't have the lyrics right, look, if it makes you feel good, keep on doing it. That's all you can do. Sherlock Holmes says, are you in a relationship, if you don't mind me asking? I'm not. I'm a single mom. I'm going to keep it real. I am a single mother. I have 2 beautiful children that I love with all my heart, and I'm doing my best for. Yep. Yep. In an perfect world, I would be married and my children would, be able to just share the joys of a functional, happy family. But, it doesn't work out for everyone, and that's okay. Like I had to embrace my life that I have now. Like I have to live in the now. Like I can't dwell on shoulda, coulda, woulda, I wish, why me. Like I have to just take what I have and work with it. Like I can't appreciate better things and big things if I don't appreciate the small things, like what I have now. So that's what I'm trying to do. It's not easy, but it's my life. Sherlock Holmes says, okay, that's awesome. Family is important. I agree, Sherlock Holmes. Jayanta says, I work as an astrologer and priest in India. That's pretty cool. Thank you for saying that. I meant to ask you. I'm sorry, when you asked me what I do, I meant to ask you back. So you astrologer, that's pretty cool. And then, wow, that's like 2 big jobs right there. Sherlock Holmes says, I always said I don't want children, but God has a way of opening your mind to different experiences. Sherlock Holmes, are you at an age where you're still able to feel like you're young enough still? I can't really see your picture, so don't think I'm being offensive. Do you? Children are a big job, but if you have time to do it and you still want to do it, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? You need to be mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially prepared. Like, it's not easy. Like, you won't be in a perfect place in life, but be in the best place that you can, because your children's lives depend on you being healthy in every way. Okay, for 43. I'm 41. So I'm definitely, I'm done with mine. Like, I already, like I said, I have two and I am through. Two and through. Children are beautiful, but it's a big job, especially when you're doing it on your own. Like, majority of the work you're doing on your own. Parenting could be very mentally taxing, and some people are not prepared for it. And you have to be present for your children. And I do the best I can. And I understand why, honestly, some people, I guess, find it hard to be a parent, because it is like, some parents choose to not be present for their children, because to be present for your child is to be emotionally connected to them, and some people are not prepared for that. Like, you have to be ready to listen to them. You have to be ready to spend time with them. You have to be ready to get to know them. You can't just sit them in a corner like they're a robot and just think they're going to do everything you want them to do. Like, you have to get them on a human level. I feel like we were raised to believe that children should be seen and not heard, and they're not people, and they shouldn't have opinions. But children are beautiful. That's all. Moral of the story: children are beautiful when you are ready for them, and when you are prepared, and when you have the support. Having a big support system for children is huge. And my live originally was about mother wounds. You don't want your child to have a mother wound or a father wound. You want to be mentally healthy for your child. It's so important. Like, you don't want to pass on your generational curses or generational traumas onto your children. It's not fair to them. And if you do, you need to try to undo it, and apologize, and try to make amends and make it right. We all gonna make mistakes every single day, but you can't live in your mistakes. You can't keep making the same mistakes. You gotta, like, at some point realize, like, it's time to change for the better. Sherlock Holmes says, I want children now, but I wish I'd had them younger. I would love to share what I've learned about finance, etc. My youngest niece just turned 18. I'm showing her about stocks now, and it's exciting. I love that. I don't know nothing about stocks, bonds, and all that stuff. I've always wanted to learn, but it's just like, math has never been my thing. So maybe one day I'll get there, but I respect that. I love that you're doing that. Jayanta says, okay, nice to meet you all. Have to go. The sun is rising. Jayanta, have a great day and enjoy your newlywedhood. Enjoy your spouse. Congratulations again. Best of luck to you. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys' support. You may have just jumped to my live and randomly found me, and I appreciate it. That's the beauty of social media. That's the beauty of YouTube. You meet people from all different walks of life, and jump into all different kind of lives, and meet all kind of different people and different conversations. It's a beautiful thing. The beauty of social media. We got to use it to our advantage. Shayanta says thank you, and you are welcome. Enjoy your day, the rest of your day. I know it's early in the morning for you. Right now it's 6:29 p.m. I'm going to probably hop off in a minute. I really appreciate every single one of you that hopped in my live. Sherlock Holmes, you are really cool. I'm going to check out your channel, and your chance of having a family is still possible, obviously. When you're a man, you can have children as late as 70, because your soldiers are still marching. But it's women that, at a certain point, it's time to, like, let's go. But I know that a lot of men date women younger, so you shouldn't have no problem with finding somebody who's still what's the word I'm looking for? Still fertile or whatever, in their 30s or younger. But there's plenty of fertile women in their 40s who want to have children, but it's more risky the older you get. But there's plenty of healthy babies who were born with parents who were in their 40s. Sherlock Holmes says, that's funny because I share your sentiments exactly with math. Math was never my thing. I only got into stocks because I hated my job. LOL. So the job's a gift and a curse. Well, that's cool that, even though you don't like math, you still were able to get into something that has to do with numbers. That's awesome. Like I've always, like I said, one day I'm gonna learn. There's so many things I want to learn, and learning about stocks and stuff is on my bucket list. It seems like it's a lot. I try to get into it a little. I think there was an app that I downloaded. It was just kind of tough. Jayanta says, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, I know." Is that an anime on your thing, Jayanta? Sherlock Holmes says, "Yes. What sold me was passive income." Yes, Sherlock Holmes. Like I said, I know you make whatever videos right now, but if you ever decide to make videos about stocks, I would definitely be tuned in, because the idea of passive income is awesome. Like, who wants to work too hard for money? You know what I'm saying? You want easy, legal money. You know, I want to make sure I'm doing everything legal. But passive, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm always trying to think of different things to do. Sherlock Holmes says that caught my attention. So during the lockdowns, that's when I learned. That's when I learned and really got into it. I'm glad you took use of the. I'm glad you took use of the lockdown, because that was, yeah, we were locked down for a while. So some people actually got on social media really a lot more, and started making videos. And some people blew up on social media during the lockdown because people were bored in the inside. So that was a perfect time to be at home and to learn. So I love that for you, Sherlock Holmes. Jayanta says, yeah, it's me, edited version of me. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I'm not into anime. My daughter likes anime, and I wanted to get into it for her so I can like watch it with her, but it's like I can't get into anime. I don't know why. I'm gonna try to find an anime that's more relatable, but I don't know. Sherlock Holmes says lockdowns were crazy. I broke up just when pandemic started, so I had plenty of time on my hands. Oh, you broke up with the person you were with? Oh, that's sad. But yeah, breakups happen. Breakups happen. You live, you learn, you grow, you meet new people. You live, you love. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you're in a better place now. Everything they say happens for a reason, so you can't even dwell on it no more. It's like, it is what it is. I gotta move on with my life. They're moving on with their life, and they're not losing sleep because of us. So it's like, why are you losing sleep over somebody? Like, you gotta keep it moving. You gotta keep it moving. Sherlock Holmes says, it was a dark time for me. Just got closer to God and my granddad. Oh, well, I'm glad you got closer to family and people that you love. I had a lot of like awakening during the pandemic, during the lockdown. Like, I was like really thinking about my childhood, and you know, who really was down for me, who really was like, it just maybe you just come into more of a reality. And I did a lot of growing and learning during the pandemic. It was a painful time, but it was like a butterfly. Like, I started out as a caterpillar, and then I, stayed in my cocoon, and then I morphed into a butterfly. And I feel like now I'm a beautiful butterfly. Jayanta says, I have to say you one thing, that most of the other countries, people hate Indian people, but you are something different. People hate Indian people? I didn't know that most people like didn't like Indian people. I think Indian people are cool. I know some people who are Indian, has Indian ancestry. Indian people are beautiful people. Obviously in every country, any state, wherever you live, there are going to be bad people. Sherlock Holmes says, my granddad was 98 and his brother was 112 years old. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. So you have good genes, Sherlock Holmes. You're going to live for a while. People in my family, I think 80 something was the oldest. I don't think nobody made it to their 90s that I can remember. Jayanta said, no, Vinod Vagadorji says, Indian here. Hey, India's in the house. Sherlock Holmes says, I have Indian in me. My tribe is Blackfoot. Oh, you mean Native American Sherlocks? I think they're talking about India, like over there. But that's pretty cool that you have Native American. I mean, I guess people call it Indian. In my mind, I say Native American because I feel like I confuse it, and it might confuse people when you say Indian. But I know what you're talking about. I know that we were raised to say Indian, but I'm always saying Native American, because to make a distinction between India in Asia versus India or Indian in the United States, North America. But I'm going to hop off, guys. I have somewhere to be. I have to go to a meeting. I really appreciate every single one of you that was in my live. You guys are the real MVP, holding it down. If you're not subscribed to my channel, if you're interested in survival stories and random lives, like my videos and subscribe. There'll be more to come. I feel like I'm a very entertaining person, but I can be serious. But once you get to know me, I'm a really cool person. I love to laugh. I love to sing. I want to be happy. I want to be free. All that good stuff. Nice to meet you too. Great chatting, and you're great conversations. I really appreciate that, Sherlock. I can talk for days. I love to talk, if you can already tell. So you guys have a great night and keep doing your thing. And I'm going to check out your channel, Sherlock Holmes, when I get the chance, okay? Appreciate every single one of you.